Hello, everyone. Hi. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I don't know what's your time now, but hello. How's everyone? I hope your guys are good, great. Hi, 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 hi. How are you? How was your day? Yeah, the day is almost finished. I'm pretty good, actually. I'm pretty good, thank God. How is everything going with you guys? If you're working, how is your work? Doing great. Okay, great, great. So like it's not hot yet, huh? We're having barbecue here, humans barbecue here. Your work is very hard. What do you do for a living, Ghassan? It's hot, right? I know. We're having barbecue, I'm telling you. Exactly. Now I have my water next to me here. So yeah, I know. Water is your best friend. Now in summer, you need to drink a lot of water, more than 2 liters, like 3. You need to be hydrated all the time. So thank you, Ziad, you too. So did you do the thingy? The quiz that was open for 24 hours? Is it working, this plan? I want to get your feedback. Is it working? Is it now great thing that we open it for 24 hours, or it's the same, you were not able to catch it? Great. Good. Good. Okay. So basically we're gonna keep having two more lectures to go. When are your exams starts? When are they going to start? Your finals by 14th, 21st, 7th, second week of August, 2022. If it's 21 or 22 or 20s, it means the third week of August. 21st of August. So it means the third week, right? Not the second week. Third week. Okay, that's good. Third week. So okay, third week. Okay, so we're gonna have 2 lectures next week, and I was supposed to stop, but since you're telling me that you're having an exam by the third week of August, it means we still have we can take 2 weeks of August for doing the training instead of only 1 week, because I want to leave a week for you guys to review before the exams. So, but I need to double check if we can do that or not, because the plan that I submitted to the dean, it was supposed to be finished by next Wednesday. So I'm gonna check and let you know. 6 lectures, by the way, for a training is perfect. Like it's not too little, because this is a training, not a course. So usually training 6 to 10 lectures. It depends on the lecturer himself and the stuff they are presenting. So I'll see and I'll let you know. And also I have, like, I'm gonna have the bachelor degree students, the undergraduate students. So I need also to prepare the lectures. I'll see how can I manage it and what's the time, so we can put all the stuff into consideration, and then I'll tell you if next week is going only the 2 lectures left, or maybe we're gonna extend it to 1 more week. I'll check and let you know. Of course, you need to review the lectures before the exam. I already put that into consideration, but I thought what they told me, like your exams started the 2nd week of August. So you can have a week before it. Yeah, don't forget that August is 31st, 31st, not 30. So I feel like it's longer. However, so we said the 24 hours. The 24 hours was great for the quiz. Okay, today's quiz is the same idea. I'm gonna have also, it's gonna be opened also for 24 hours from 7:30 to 7:30 KSA. Well, Iraq time is the same like Saudi Arabia. So that was a good thing. Last lecture, I told you that I'm going to upload the material for you before the lecture, so we would be able to review it, check it, and have an idea about it. I did it yesterday, a little bit late because, well, we're having a little bit problems with the internet nowadays. I don't know, some problems in north of Iraq. So sometimes the internet gets very weak. So it was a little bit late when I uploaded, but I uploaded, however, yesterday. So let's get started. I'm gonna close the chat so I won't be distracted. You can text each other, it's okay. So we're having the 4th lecture now. And as you know, last lecture, we talked about the structure of any corporate, any company should follow one of the structures that I mentioned last lecture. Now, this lecture is like, if you can notice that the lectures are related to each other. One is completing the other. It's just like a chain, you know? So this lecture is talking about human resources, okay? I'm sorry, I have a problem with my laptop, just a minute. Okay, so basically here, okay, here it works. So human resources is one of the most important aspects that you, or departments that you need to really take care of it and put it into consideration. Some managers would say, what's the process of recruiting employees? It's not a big deal, I can do it. So when you go for an interview, you will see the manager himself is the HR, is the person who's interviewing you, asking you questions, following you up if you're hired. And that's a huge mistake that the managers are doing. However, there are some small business, okay, it's like, it's very small, they cannot afford having HR specialists. So you can find one of the team is taking that job, whether it's the manager, I don't know, other people on the board, and other partners in this company. You will find them doing the HR stuff. But I think it's very critical, like the survival of their employees can depend on how the HR is dealing with them. So usually for people who just hear HR and they don't know what does it mean, it's a human resources. Now, in Arabic, it's موارد البشرية. So I'm not bringing you to use you to cook or doing something, you know, but in some old style of companies or governmental companies, I don't know, here in Iraq, I don't know about you guys, they call it ذاتية, قسم الذاتية. So they're dealing with the employees, with their salaries and the stuff. They're not really following them up with the matter of, oh, are you feeling relieved here? Do you need any help? How many days off do you have? They're not dealing with this stuff. Basically, they're working on salaries. Okay, if you need to be, I don't know, get raised, deducted some money from you, it would be directed to the HR. But in the governmental departments, they don't really call it HR. At least in my country. I don't know about you guys in Saudi Arabia. So the failure of the employees can belong to the HR. That is why it's very important to have someone who knows how to deal with the employees on one side and the management on the other side. He's like the connection between these two guys. So HR has to make sure that this department employs the right people. Okay, it's very critical. It's very critical job. You cannot afford hiring someone and he's not qualified enough, and then you have to fire him and go over again with the process of recruiting a person. They need to choose right people who has the right skills, treat them fairly, okay, support them, drive them to deliver the required level of performance. So the performance of the employees somehow depends on the HR also. So business goals here are the driver for every business decision, and HR policies should support them. This is a missing I here, policies, IES. Okay, so let's imagine this is the company. Okay, so HR or any business needs to pay attention to selection and retention, success and talent planning, performance management, learning and development. One of the most important things is that rewarding and the rewards that they provide to their employees and the benefits they get. Employee engagement, how are they engaged with each other, with the other departments? Now, there are three basic things that the whole business is built on. Three things. The first one is values and culture, especially if you're an HR specialist and let's say you're from Egypt and you come and work in Kuwait, or you're from Iraq and you're gonna go and work in Morocco. Two different cultures completely. So you need to pay attention to that. HR helps to determine principles, conduct, and how tasks are done in a business. Now, it depends on the culture inside the corporate itself and also of the country and the employees, okay? Organization design, the second basic thing that you need to, it's like the foundation of your business. HR formulates the structure and formal reporting relationships that define a company's shape. The structure of it. You remember the structures that we talked about? Is it functional? Is it team-based? What is it exactly? Do you have flexible authorities? Who's your line manager? You're reporting to whom? And that's usually you can find it in the job description. That is why job description for any vacancy, you can see it, you need to pay attention to it. They need to mention that you're reporting to whom, who's your line manager. They will specify it. Sometimes maybe you have more than one line manager. You're reporting to more than one. So all of these stuff are specified by the HR department. And the third basic thing is that people and performance, okay? HR is responsible for employees' welfare and their contribution to business goals. How are their performance? What are they doing? Why they're not performing as they promised? Is there a problem? What's the problems? Let's fix it. So that's important role from the HR. These are three basic things that you can build your house, your business on. Now, this one is the same here, but here is bigger a little bit. So the framework of an HR, if you're not familiar, what does an HR do? Well, you keep hearing this word, but you're not really know what are they doing, especially In some countries and in some companies, you will find that the HR is just sitting there doing nothing. Well, just because he's lazy or she's lazy, otherwise they have a great role. Now here we're going to get to know that the starting point for any decision that the organization has to take is to start from there, and it needs to follow up by the HR support to deliver these goals. Okay, you want to, for example, you need to produce 100 cup. Okay, 100 cup by the end of the month to this company. Okay, now the HR should be aware of that. Now he would make sure that the employees are not exhausted. They're creative enough with the goals of the company. Is it a specific design on it? Is it handmade? What are the things that they need to be found in the employees? HR should match these goals by hiring the qualified people. If he's not doing that, the goals are not going to be achieved, and the end of the month comes and you couldn't deliver these 100 cups that's the other company ordered. So it's like HR has a very important role, but they're not taking it into consideration, okay? So they need to ensure that the staff strategy to support the business plan. See? Now, typically, HR framework sets out people's strategy, okay? Not financial strategy, not marketing strategy. Strategy of those people, your employees, okay, who best suits the organization. This is the process when you're choosing the right employee for the right position. Then implemented a range of areas. This is range of areas from recruitment, see, and selection to learning and development. Sometimes you can find, okay, this employee has the potential to take this role, but still needs more practice. You would design the training for it. You will find the appropriate people who can train him and develop him. He has the basics, but he needs more. So you need to find that in people. You need to find such a strategy in people. Now, the skills that any HR should have. Now, recruiting effectively, okay, and making sure that the employees are doing their job. The important role of the HR can be found in this stuff, in such an organization. Some people are natural leaders, but most leaders can benefit from objective thinking about the leadership strategy they wish to follow. So, okay, you're a leader, but it doesn't mean like you're not listening to others. So you should have a great way to be connected to others. Being a leader innately, that's not enough. You need to know how to communicate with others and being engaged with them. You need to know that this is team-based, okay? You're the team leader. You need to develop the leadership skills to guide and support others. Now, despite the revolution in technology, people remain somehow sticking to the style of an organization. So the skills, the knowledge are the most important things for success. Now, HR has a great role in that. So for example, if you can see here, HR is doing what? In Google, okay, they're hiring people and they're saying, find them, grow them, and keep them. Unfortunately, this is not happening at, let's say, 99% of the companies. Okay, they hire you and then you start complaining about the extended hours. You start complaining that you're not getting promoted. You're not getting your salary at the time, whatever, other type of complainings. Nothing is solved and they're not trying. Sometimes they're not even give you this type of trainings and developments. And they would tell you, I'm sorry, this is the situation. You like it, you're welcome. You don't, I have 100 other CVs and people kill themselves to get this position. So this is the stupidity of the HR when they're doing that. You can't do that because it's going to cost you a lot until you find another person replacing your employee. You need to find also in the project management, it's an essential skill for managers at all levels. Project management, they need to know that, whether they are running regular day-to-day activities or specific type of projects. Negotiations, I cannot say one is more important than the others. They're all important. You need to try to find out the ability that person, the ability to negotiate successfully. Okay, it's like one-win thing. Okay, not like finding a specific strategy to make sure that both sides are winning, not by, I don't know, showing off like, look, I have that strategy by ruining the other person or the other party in front of me and try to make them feel they're small so I can achieve my goals. No, negotiations should be win-win. Now, from the moment a company starts the process of recruiting an employee, and then take that person in the company until they leave the company, the individual is in a cycle that is managed by the human resources, from the moment you step in until the moment you step out. So here I have the map of your life inside the company with the HR. The first step is the CV sending step, the interview step, finding the so basically the HR would, oh, I have this vacancy. Let me try to file this role and try to write down the description of that job. So job description is very important for you as a candidate if you want to apply to read it. You send your CV, you have an interview. Okay, now it's the time to recruit the best candidate after interviewing all of them. You've been chosen. Now you're hired. So second step, hired. You got a contract, you're signing it. Here, both sides are agreed on specific stuff and you're officially an employee in this company. I really love this saying, hire people smarter than you and get out of their way. Let them know what they need to do and that's it. Leave them alone, give them space. I really love that. If they're not smarter than you, they're not going to add anything to the company. Now, you're an employee, you're working normally. Here it comes the time for rewards. Motivation motivates you to continue giving your best. So the HR is introducing the new role for you, you're getting to know it. Now you're achieving specific stuff. Now the HR role is to explain to you what are the rewards, what are the benefits that you can get, how the taxes are going to be deducted, what is the days off, for example, how many leaves that you have, how many days, I mean, what type of insurance they provide, anything related to pension and social security, and all of these things is the HR responsibility to clarify it for you. You don't go to your line manager, you go to the HR for that. Well, the great HR won't give you time to request these stuff. They will do it by themselves. Now, the other step is performance. Now, I need to follow you up as an HR and you're my employee. I need to follow you up. So we call it manage performance. Here at the company, they put a specific targets to help their employees to improve their performance. Each time you have a target, you achieve it, you feel fulfilled. So they give you another target, you go for it, you're motivated in this way, you work your best until you get that target. I'm not talking about marketing and sales targets. Maybe just writing a report can be considered as a target, or attending a meeting, doing a presentation, whatever your job is related to. Developing. Like if you hire someone for 5 years and in these 5 years, he learned one thing and he repeated 5 years, 5 times, it means you're ruining that person. That person needs to be developed. Human beings have that innate thing. They need to face challenges. They need to know how to develop their skills. Now, your job is to provide such a thing by, I don't know, taking trainings, studying, taking degree. You provide the training, you put them in different departments, you change their position, but make sure that they are developed, whether it's formally or informal. Now, the last step is you have two ways, okay, by leaving your role or your job. Either by you're getting promoted, so basically here the company would move you sometimes to different department, different office, different country, different position inside the company, it depends. Or you're leaving the company, whether you're quitting, you're being kicked. I don't know, the company is not achieving the targets that they are looking for, so they applied already for redundancy. Or it's your time for retirement and go and enjoy your retirement. So basically, this is the map of what are you expecting when you're working. I know a lot of you are familiar with it. If you're not, this is a great map to show you how's your life is going to be. Now, the HR needs to go through it step by step and make sure to give you the best of it. Now, choosing the right person for the right position, here when the best skill of the HR shows, the muscles of the HR. Now, technology, thank God, technology is making this process much easier with LinkedIn, with other type of websites. When you see the vacancy, you upload it. Even the samples and tablets and templates, sorry, of the CVs also makes the job easier. So I can see that technology makes the job of the HR less easier. Even like LinkedIn, sometimes I got a notification, this job suits the skills that you mentioned in your profile. So when I apply for it, the HR won't have a great time by checking if my skills really match the vacancy or whatever he posted, because that's happened automatically by LinkedIn. Otherwise, this job won't show to me. Like, I'm working in teaching and translation. I don't get jobs notification for marketing or sales or finance or HR. Why? Because my skills, whatever I mentioned, my previous jobs are not matching that thing. So I don't get them. I get everything related to teaching, linguist, translation, content creating, this stuff that's related to English language. Okay, so that makes HR job much easier. So, job description and person specification. This is what I'm talking about. It should have a clear written statement of the role. You're an HR, you need to clarify it. What is this role is about? And including job title, the purpose of this job, why you're having this job in your company, the duties, you need to specify them very well. What type of responsibilities? What is the scope, the whole scope of work? How am I need to report to my line manager? What is the structure that they are using for reporting? Daily emails, by like, I don't know, by the end of the week report, by end of the month, orally, Skype, what type of reports do you use? What are the qualities that are required? I would go immediately to the qualities and check, are they matched with my qualities or not? It is used in the recruitment process to provide a clear guide for both sides, for me and for you. Okay, now you did this job as an HR, you specified all of these things. Let's see. Person specification, you need to summarize the necessary and desired criteria. Okay, you don't have to say, oh, his weight should be 50, She should wear hijabi. No, these are very specific stuff. Try to mention only the necessary things like language skills, having experience in the same role or maybe not, what type of degree you're looking for, very necessary specifications. Okay, the criteria that are required from the candidate, and including sometimes even the skills, the competencies, the role, the experience, the educational qualifications, these important things. Okay, don't go like, oh, he should have blue eyes and dark hair. This is not how it works. Okay, now, internal search. We're gonna have this. Now, looking at internal resources, first, create opportunities for career development and progression. Sometimes you don't need to hire people from out of the company. We said internal. So try to search inside the company, other departments. So your current employees, maybe you will find one of them can have that potential. Maybe with a little bit of training and development, they will be okay for that. So do that. Consider your employees. Okay, now, personal recommendation. Some companies encourage existing employees to introduce friends as candidates. This is usually happens. If you know someone who's having this makes your job easy as an HR. Instead of keep posting and dealing with other websites, you can ask your employees, guys, do you know anyone who has this and that qualification? We're looking for someone who has 1, 2, 3. If you know, please send me their CVs. This is pretty much what people are doing right now. The third option is the external search. So here when the companies and sometimes even candidates use professional networking sites, and the one that I keep mentioning is LinkedIn, for example. Okay, you can post there the vacancy that you have and people start applying for it. Okay, whether you used any of these, 3 ways of looking for candidates, now it's the time for application. So maybe you can use 3 of them, 1 of them, it depends on the role and how urgent are you. Now the CV or the resume is an essential document. That's any applicant needs to send it. Companies may use a specific application. Some companies, they have their own application. You open it and you fill it by yourself. Now it comes the process of selection. After you did that, try please to pay attention to the vocabs that have been used here. After HS has drawn up a shortlisted, so, okay, you got applications, you go through them, you shortlisted some of them who are really like out of 20, you got 5, let's say. These are the proper candidates that can having a face-to-face interview, or sometimes they can do a test for you. Written test, oral test, depends before the interview. It depends on the role. Then it becomes the role, the step of appointment. Companies may ask for references. Okay, they would say, okay, can I contact your references? Sometimes in the application, they would, or in the interview, they would ask, are you okay with the idea of contacting your references now or later or whatever? So provide them with references so they can go and ask about you. Maybe they would ask in some critical vacancies, they would ask for some type of examination, especially the medical one. Okay. Then in the process of the appointment, also the contract is going to be offered to the candidate, and the terms and conditions should be elaborated and clearly explained to them, or to him or to her, depends. After the process of recruiting someone, it comes the evaluating your staff. So for a business to achieve its goals, it needs to have a process that measures the contribution and performance of each individual against those goals. Okay, it's not like, oh, you came 2 minutes late and you're leaving 3 minutes before your work finished. This is not the way of measuring the performance of your employees. You need to find out either by observing them, I don't know, do a specific type of style of measuring. It depends on the role, depends on the company, but you need to find out a way of assessing others. There is something we call it traditional performance management cycle. Performance management is an ongoing, continuous process. It never stops. Some companies are now moving away from traditional performance management, okay? And they're trying to be creative with the way of evaluating their staff. A win-win situation. Evaluating performance is good for both you and them, you as an individual or as an employee, and for the company also. So in business-wise, firstly, you can see how does this individual match the goals that you are required to achieve. Maybe you can offer them a type of approach to go through it and achieve these goals. You make sure that all the time there is improvement, okay? And in this way, you're maintaining that great relationship between you and the employee, as an HR and the employee. Now, from the individual side, you can understand what is expected from you, what they need you to do, what do you need to work on. You're not lost there, oh, what should I do? Where should I start? Also, you can like put into consideration what are the skills that you need to improve to match these expectations, and where are your gaps regarding your ability of achieving this expectation. And also sometimes it's the feedback give you an opportunity to discuss this stuff with the HR or your line manager. So it's really important to get a feedback from them. So see, we have, this is the process of evaluating. How many steps do I have? I have 5. Let's see. The first one, individual goals here. Okay, so basically each individual should have a goal that matches the business strategy. You need to make this pen. This is your goal. To keep this pen all the time filled with ink. That's your goal, for example. Now, business goals drive tasks and activities, okay? Now, the cultural side is that enables teams and individuals to deliver, and the HR policies also give you clear instructions. So, individual goal, you know your goal, what is it? What do you need to do? Second step is discussion. Ongoing communication on standards of work and behavior and what type of stuff that you need to work on. So here you're maintaining work relationship. Sometimes the feedback helps the employee to improve their skills or try to maintain these skills. So basically, it would be having an effective performance at the end. Okay, when I know my feedback, what the stuff that I need to work on, so at the end, my performance would be much better. Now here it comes the formal feedback from your line manager with an opportunity for individuals to contribute. Okay, it's not like you're getting a report and that's it. No, it should be personal. And by the end, you will get your reward. Maybe promotion, maybe you got raised, different. Maybe you could extended days for your leave. It's different. Now we're talking about the feedback. So now here, this is the feedback that you can give, okay? You can get, sorry, as an employee or in the center, maybe from your direct reporters, maybe from the customer, you get a feedback, your line manager, and even from your colleagues. So you need to be open to be not harshly criticized. I don't prefer the word criticize, but it's good that you provide others with the feedback. So he's working, like my colleague working on a report. Oh, you know what, Ayman, you need to work on. I think here it's better if you replace it with this one. It would be perfect. Otherwise, your report isn't great. So here, you know, this way of getting these small feedbacks. It doesn't have to be very huge and very formal, and you need to write a report about your colleagues and send it to the manager. That's too much. When it comes to motivation, so people work for money. Let's be honest, okay? Don't tell me, okay, I'll tell you thank you and tap on your shoulder. No, I'm here because I'm expecting money. So the great motivation, the great reward you can get from your boss is money, of course. Sometimes there are other stuff, okay, that are using non-financial and maybe day-to-day. I would prefer to say thank you every day or every time I finish this. Thank you for doing it. Would you please doing it? Like from my boss. But at the end, I'm looking for some money also. So if you can see here, see, now this is the employee, the person. There are two types of motivation. Now, it's inside you. You're getting your motivation here, okay, with yourself. So firstly, you sense that you can, you can accomplish this. You can really do it. Okay, challenge yourself by yourself. And also you can have great feelings when you're achieving something. This nice feeling, this little happiness when you're achieving something that you work hard on it. And even the progress step, like you're still working on your project, but you can see it in front of you. It's growing. You can see, oh my God, like I couldn't imagine reaching this far. So also this type of motivation for yourself. Now others, external motivation from others, not from you to yourself, paying for you. So financial rewards, bonus, I don't know, paying the tax for you and stuff. So basically money-wise, money motivation. And I think that's the best one. And sometimes it's benefits, okay? It can be vacations, days off, healthcare, insurance, security, pensions, different type of benefits, but basically you're not having money in your hand. Now, why people do tasks? Every time your motivation is raised, the demotivation is increasing, okay? So I would do this task to get a bonus. So that would raise your motivation. I want to do this task to make difference because I can see like I'm helping children. So I would make difference in this society. Now, the stuff that can demotivate you, do this task or you'll be in trouble. Your manager will be angry on you, start yelling on you, okay? Or I don't want to do this task. It is pointless. What's the point? Okay, I'm just like students, you know, I'm learning math. Why am I learning math? I don't need it. I'm not going to use it. It's pointless. So this stuff would demotivate you. So you try to find stuff that motivates you, like money, or you're making difference, or you dream about it, or the progress that you achieved. Now, everything that I've been talking about, like these huge terms that I've been using, again, you can find them here. Still, these are not everything. I really love the new vocabs that have been used, especially the bold ones. Okay, what does this mean? What that mean? Again, I remind you of the best way of practicing English language, reducing the amount of translation in your brain. In this way, you'll be more fluent. Is that when you stop thinking in Arabic? Right now, when I'm talking to you, since I opened this lecture till now, there is no one Arabic word comes to my mind at all. I'm not thinking, my brain is systemized in this way. Nothing thinged in Arabic. So sometimes even when I'm saying it means I'm gathering the ideas, but I'm not translating at all. Why? It takes time, I know. So for me, it took me years, but practice. Show your brain that you're using this more than one time. I'm going to mention one example. Let's say what I have here. I have my mobile phone. Okay, it's not showing. Okay, here, my mobile phone. Okay, so imagine you got this device first time in your life and you used it one time. That's it. One time they show it to you. Oh, this is mobile phone. You got through it. That's it. One time for a few seconds. Time later, years, maybe months, and then you saw another mobile, you would find difficulty in using it. Why does this happen? Because basically your brain is having its own system. You would say, oh, you used this one time, okay, it would be memorized, true, but in the short-term memory, not in the long-term memory. In the short-term memory, your brain will test you. Are you going to keep using the mobile? Are you using it later? You didn't use it, it's erased. It's not going to be moved to the long-term memory. ذاكرة قصيرة المدى وبعيدة المدى. Okay? So basically you say, oh, you're not using it. Let me erase it. Let me leave a space for more important thing. The things that you keep thinking about them and you're using, like your car, I don't know, remembering the name of your friends and your colleagues. And this is what happens with names, by the way, also. If someone, you saw them once or twice, maybe, and then you saw them after years or after months, you will find a difficulty in remembering their name. Why? Because you're not seeing them regularly. So in this way, your brain erase that information is not necessary. Let me leave a space for other important stuff. So again, my advice for you: you want to be fluent, you want to stop like these. Okay, I know the answer, but I cannot answer. Like it's here, but I cannot say it. Practice, and use English dictionary. The more you're using the thing, the more you remember. Just like cooking, driving, remembering the names, numbers. Everything that we memorize, we'll find out that we still remember it and them because we are regularly using that. So I'm done. Let's get to the questions. To be honest, I was planning to have HR with another topic, but I found that's one of the most important thing you need. It's full of terms, so you need to pay attention to it. So I separated, I sticked to HR only, to the human resources only, so you would have a very clear idea about it. I know, like in our country, they're not really following the accurate method of dealing with this important resource, which is human resources. So any questions, please? You can even raise your hand and I open the mic for you. I'm expecting your questions, Guy. You can write it in Arabic if you like. It doesn't have to be in English, whatever you're comfortable with. And if you want to talk, you can raise your hand. So is it clear up till now, like the role of the HR and what are you expecting from HR when you start working? It's very important to know what does this person has to do for you when you start working for them. Okay, that's really important. They are not following it at all. I know that. No one, can't say no one. التعميم لغة الجهلاء, but I can say somehow no one is following it, unfortunately. Yeah, that is why you can find the laziest people there. Like they are just sitting there doing nothing. I don't have anything to do. You're very welcome. Okay, so to remind you again, guys, let me open the website so everything is going to be clear for you. Okay, so what's here? Oh, okay, this is the graduation. Any one of you guys is graduating in this group here? Or not? Or you're just the first year students? I'm not sure which group are you. I thought it was open for everyone. So any one of you is graduating this year? Next term. Ah, okay. So basically, if you go to this one here, this is the PDF that I just showed it to you. And here the quiz. The quiz is going to, see? So today is 27th. Okay. It's going to be open 7:30 p.m., which is in 6 minutes. And it's going to be closed tomorrow, 28th, also at 7:30 p.m. Okay, so it's for 10 minutes. It's very easy questions. 4 questions, you have 10 minutes to do it. It's not that hard, but make sure that it's KSA time. Okay. Anything else, guys? Any question? We're not having final exam, dear. It's not a matter of, it's just a training. So basically, I'm just lecturing you, providing you with the material. You can review it, you can read it, you can get benefit of it in your studying, but that's it. It's not any type of exams. There's no any way of dealing with marks. So yeah, there is no. We're gonna have more 2 lectures next week. So basically there are going to be 6 lectures. Because the students were texting me and saying that they need time for review for the final. And that's what was specified, to be honest. Okay, you're welcome, Ziad. So inshallah, next week on Monday, we're gonna have a lecture and the other one is on Wednesday. And in this way, we will finish our training. So please, next week, Rima, next week. Because as I told you, you need to have time before. That was the already plan, okay? And the 2 lectures that I was sick in, I'm already giving you more information in each lecture. So in this way, you're gonna have like 8 lectures have been studied in 6 lectures. So nothing is going to miss you from whatever I planned to teach you. Okay, until next week, please stay safe. And then we're going to meet next Monday, inshallah, at the same time as 6:30. Until then, take care and bye-bye.